Football is life. The beauty, the emotions, the trophies, and most importantly, the skills. We all love a beautiful skill, especially when it's pulled off correctly. But FIFA decided some of these skills were too disrespectful, so they went ahead and banned them. What? That's limiting our beautiful game. Why would FIFA ban these skills? Well, let's take a look at some of the skills that have been banned from football forever. We start with the seal dribble. This trick originated in Brazil, specifically by Curlin. While at Cruzeiro, Curlin became well known for this trademark skill, where the ball is bounced continuously on the forehead while running. When Curlin broke out in 2005, he was seen as the next Ronaldinho. Skillful and entertaining. I mean, he invented a skill all by himself. The seal was a skill nobody had before and everybody loved it. The best part about it is, not every player can do the seal because it takes a great deal of practice to balance the ball on your forehead and run past defenders while still juggling the ball. But even with all that expertise, it is still seen as unsportsmanlike and you could get a yellow card if you perform the seal during a match. Yes, you can get penalized for performing the seal. This is because FIFA sees the seal as a skill that endangers the player performing the skill, because if a player tries to kick the ball while it's on his head, it could go sideways very, very fast. Law 12 of the game, which covers fouls, defines playing in a dangerous manner as any action that threatens injury, including to the player themselves, by preventing an opponent from playing the ball due to fear of injury, so bye-bye to seal. So you could say that some of these laws are in fact protecting these players from themselves. Neymar is one of the greatest players of this generation, no doubt. A Brazilian legend. He was so good he invented his own penalty kick style, which was so unstoppable FIFA had to ban it. He managed to make a lot of goalkeepers look silly with this penalty technique. The key difference was that he would stop right before he kicked the ball. That made a massive difference, and more often than not, the goalkeeper would dive and Neymar would coolly roll the ball into the opposite corner. Easy peasy. There was no problem at first, but when he hit 5 in a row and it seemed impossible to stop him, the Federation had to step in. They felt Neymar's technique was unfair to goalkeepers and in 2010 made a decision to ban it. Goalkeepers were happy with this rule change from FIFA. Well, that was before they got slammed with a ban of their own. Back when football was a relatively new game, players would often pass the ball back to their goalie just so they could pick up the ball and slow the play of the game. This was ruining the whole concept of our beautiful game, and the pass-back rule was born. It was stated that goalkeepers could not handle the ball after an intentional pass from a teammate because it could be considered a waste of time. Players did try to find loopholes in this rule because players are players. Marco Verratti, for example, would pass the ball using a low header back to his goalie, and he got penalized for it. Other players would try to juggle the ball just so they could head the ball back to the keeper, but it was all prohibited. If you ever played street football, you probably know this cool move where you catch a falling ball with your shirt and pretend to be pregnant. In casual games, it's a very fun thing to do, but in serious football, it's actually a rule breaker. Strangely enough, the jersey is seen as an extension of your arms, so it's as if you're using your hands to handle the ball, which is a big no-no. But actually imagine how the game would be flawed if players put the ball in their shirts and ran around with it. That's hilarious just thinking about it, but a player can do this while celebrating a goal. They also use this sign when they are expecting a child or their partners have just delivered. Another trick banned from football that we all love is the running knee lock, and you can quite understand why it was banned. Players cannot be allowed to lock the ball within their knees and carry them around. It's as good as holding the ball in your hand and running around with it. How do you expect the opponent to get the ball off you? And it's a skill move that also carries the risk of injuries, so we definitely understand why it's illegal. If you tried this during an official match, be prepared to be stopped midway in your trick and get booked for your troubles. Don't believe me? Well, you can try it out and see what the referees do. Another trick referees absolutely despise is time wasting, and you can understand why if you're on the losing team. If you're on the losing team, you'd want the time wasting to go on as far as possible. Referees nowadays are trying their possible best to clamp down on time wasting as much as possible. In the world of football, time wasting is a completely unnecessary skill, and they're dead serious about discouraging players from doing it. Any player who tries to waste time during a game will be booked. Even the GOAT was booked. Ideally, goalkeepers are usually the ones who don't have to run around the field as much as other players, but that doesn't mean they can't have a good time. In fact, when it comes to penalty kicks, this is where goalies often steal the spotlight, and some of them have now become unstoppable from 12 yards. Let me introduce you all to Emiliano Martinez. Everyone knows if you have a penalty against Martinez, there's a very big chance you don't score. Even the players themselves know he has a secret technique he uses to throw players off, and this was evident during the 2022 World Cup. In the quarterfinals against the Netherlands, the match went into a penalty shootout after a highly entertaining full-time match that ended 2-2. The memories, the fights, the beautiful goals, but it all wasn't done yet. This was when Emiliano Martinez decided to show the world exactly what he's made of by taunting the Dutch players. And let me tell you, this guy has some serious moves. Thanks to Martinez, Argentina won World Cup, defeating France in another penalty shootout. However, after both shootouts, FIFA decided they had seen enough, so they brought up a new law that from the 1st of July, goalkeepers will no longer be allowed to taunt penalty takers in any way leading up to the kick. FIFA made it crystal clear in their rule, specifying that goalkeepers are not allowed to touch the goalposts or nets, cause delays during penalties, or distract the taker in any manner. So, bye-bye Martinez, it was a good run. But imagine getting banned for performing skill moves on the pitch. What move am I talking about? You all know this one, the Ronaldinho skill move, the neck stall. Almost every player does this trick during their unveiling at a new club. After a couple of minutes of kick-ups, they kick the ball up and tap it with the back of their necks. But here's the deal. That's as far as it goes. The big reveal, the warm-up, or anything else that isn't an official football match, if you try this skill during a football match, let's just say the referee won't be very happy with you. But if you want to make that referee happy, slap a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell. We'll see you in the next one.
Moon of the slate grey Manchester skies. When you play first on a Saturday and you're the team in second place.
An advantage of the chances that they have, but getting the 3 points is all that.
They seem quite good at this. Repeat. When you play first on a Saturday and you're the team in second place.
An advantage of the chances that they have, but getting the 3 points is all that.